Hey guys, this is Ryan Typhlosion37, coach of the Pittsburgh Steelas, bringing you week 1 of WPL season 7. I'm facing off against Storm, coach of the San Diego Sneasels, and his roster is Victini, Alolan Ninetales, Snorlax, Vaporeon, Bronzong, Alolan Sandslash, Mega Beedrill, Manaphy, Lando I, which is Sandforce, Stakataka, and Ariados. And my team is Thundurus Incarnate, Necrozma, Goodra, Donphan, Gastrodon, Granbull, Megalopony, Porygon 2, Amoonguss, Bisharp, and Darmanitan. So I'm just going to go right into the team I brought. I have Thundurus with Thunderbolt, HP Ice, Superpower, and Iron Tail with a Yache Berry. Iron Tail, O-Code, Alola Ninetales. HP Ice is for the Lando. Superpower, I believe 2-hit KOs Snorlax depending on his spread, and then Thunderbolt just hits the rest of his team. I have a physically defensive Gastrodon with Recover, Earthquake, Scald, and Toxic. This is my primary switch into Beedrill. I can live 2 hits and recover up. Megalopony is Adamant with High Jump Kick, Fake Out, Return, and Quick Attack. His fastest mon other than Beedrill was Alolan Ninetales, so I had a lot of room to be Adamant and still have a lot of bulk left over. I have a specially defensive Porygon 2 with Thunder Wave, Recover, Tri-Attack, and Shadow Ball with obviously Eviolite. Bisharp is Scarf, and I EV'd to outspeed Adamant Beedrill because he would only go Jolly for max speed Lopunny, but I didn't need to be Jolly for the rest of his team, and Fake Out and Quick Attack does a lot to Beedrill. So I have Iron Head knockoff Brick Break, which is to break Aurora Veil, and then Low Kick to hit Snorlax harder. And then I have a mostly physically offensive Donphan. It has a little bit of extra bulk because I believe it was to live 2 hits from Beedrill. And I have EQ, Ice Shard, Knockoff, and Stealth Rocks. So I'm just gonna hop into the battle. I lead with my Donphan, he leads with Snorlax, and I just go for EQ. It does half. He starts cursing up. I figure he probably has Rest, but on the off chance he doesn't, I'm just gonna EQ again, as he does click Rest. So that's fine. I go immediately into Lopunny. I know I'm risking a Body Slam at +1, but I am Limber, so he can't parry me, and he does get the Rest. So I'm just going to click High Jump Kick as he goes into Vaporeon, and that almost 2-hit KOs. If he didn't have leftovers, it would have been so much better. But I can go immediately into Thundurus. I can live a hit. He wishes up to be safe, and he just lets it die. So that's fine with me. He goes into Victini. I'm not risking it being Scarf. He predicts Gastrodon and goes for Grass Knot. It was a very nice play. So now I'm just going to switch into P2 because Grass Knot does 7%. He goes into Snorlax, which I expected, so I go back into my Lopunny, and now he doesn't have a switch in. He goes into Landorus, as High Jump Kick does a good amount. I go for a turn, and he lives. He was max defense and max attack, I believe, or max special attack, and I calced for modest Psychic because I forgot about Focus Blast. I figured he'd run Psychic because it's safer, but my Lopunny's dead now, which sucks. Snorlax is a lot bigger problem now, and he really didn't have a switch into Lopunny, so that's just awful. I go into my Thundurus, and I just click HP Ice. The Yache Berry doesn't matter here. He goes back into Victini, and I believe I go into Gastrodon again, and he's Banded. Not Scarf like I was thinking by how he was playing it. So I just sack my Gastrodon here. There's really nothing it can do for me at this point. And now I go into Donphan because he doesn't have a switch in. He goes into Manaphy, I do 50%. And then I just switch immediately into my P2 because I could live 2 + 3 Surfs, but he actually doesn't have Tail Glow, he revealed later. So there I almost went for Thunder Wave, and that would have been amazing to have this Victini paralyzed, because then I believe my Donphan could outspeed, and I had my Porygon 2 EV'd to outspeed paralyzed Victini. So I go back into my P2, and V-Create just kills me. I figured I didn't need it anymore. Most of his team's physical except Manaphy, which isn't that big of a problem. I go Bisharp and click knockoff. I'm so happy he sacked that off there because it was such a big problem. He goes into Manaphy, and I go into my Thundurus. I'm Yachi, so I can live an Ice Beam if he goes for it, but he just goes for Scald. I click Thunderbolt, and I don't want to risk dying to a Body Slam, so I play it safe and go into Bisharp. He gets the Curse Roll, which is unfortunate. I could have just clicked Superpower, but now I'm just going to play safe and click Low Kick. It's a 2-hit KO from here. He wakes up and clicks Body Slam. I'm so glad he didn't Curse, because then he could have lived another Low Kick, and I probably lost. But he lets it die, which is incredible. He goes into Beedrill, and he goes for sub, expecting Sucker Punch, but as I said, I am Choice Scarf Bisharp, so I just keep clicking Low Kick. And this sub Beedrill scared me a lot, but then I remembered my Donphan could live too. So he actually doesn't have X Scissor, so I didn't even need those extra EVs for bulk, but I had them. So I'm just gonna click EQ, kill the Beedrill off. If he lived, I had Ice Shard. And I can't go into my Thundurus here to try to save differential because I die to another Scald. So I have to sack my Donphan, send in Thundurus, and Thunderbolt is going to clean the rest of the game. I believe Thundurus got 3 kills that match. It's putting in work early season. So obviously a 1-0 could have been higher, but I was just playing safe this match other than letting Lopunny die. But I figure there's no reason to take risks if you don't have to, unless you're already way behind. So I was just playing safe to make sure I could win the game. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. The link to Storm is going to be in the description, so is my Twitter. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you guys next week.